Well, it looks like we have a lot of fun new material for you to go through for some younger kiddos and this cute little frog here.
I know.
Tell us what you have.
All right. So we're focusing in this younger portion of the science curriculum on life cycles. Okay. And so I just brought out curriculum materials again that I think some teachers may have related to life cycles in their classroom. You know, so some things like models, so different models of the life cycle of a frog perhaps, or possibly books that they would have related to the subject, so they're modeling and learning about the actual cycle as they go page by page. Students, and even in younger grades, can actually think through and take notes, if you will. And I know that sounds really weird when you're thinking about like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, but the note taking that we're talking about really is graphic. So it's like we're taking these graphic images of different developmental stages for a frog in this case, or possibly even the developmental stages with, you know, something different like a life cycle of a monarch butterfly. So you may have things that you're focusing on with different types of animals or insects or whatever. But we need students to start to understand, like, as we're reading and learning about information, we're trying to record it and hold it in our mind's eye. And sometimes that's really hard from a processing standpoint, or, you know, with that cognitive load, it's really a lot to keep in our working memory. So we don't want the information to float away. We want the information to stay. So in some cases, we want to make sure that there's some place, a placeholder, and this goes back to those kind of graphic or template style graphic organizers. So we want a place where the students, as they're listening to the new content or learning about the new content, or actually this cute frog that you looked at, he actually transforms from a tadpole. So if you turn him right out, he's a little tadpole. And then he turns into the frog as the story goes on. So I think from the standpoint of access, having the visuals, having the tactile supports, having placeholders to hold that new information that they're gathering. For some students, they may, even as they're kind of reading through some of this information, they may need access features to actually participate in the materials, to turn the pages. From a fine motor standpoint, that may be something that we may need to support. And then sometimes our students are going to need actual underneath here, I'll just move this aside, you can see that one of the books that may be shared for the life cycle of the butterfly is the Very Hungry Caterpillar, which most people are very familiar with. This one happens to be adapted. So we have a board book version. Some students do better with board book versions. We could add page fluffers or access features to the book to help them. But we also have communication symbols, and we actually have objects that go with the book. So some students may need to participate in those with materials that are just a little different, and it may be the make it or break it for them to really like be, oh, I totally understand. Or I remember now when I look back at this life cycle that we took a peek at. Sorry, I'm going to dig through materials here. But this life cycle that we took a peek at, you know, it's a possibility that they just may need to look back and see what they had recorded as they were listening or learning. And then they could participate again. Gives them that jump.
Where can educators find these templates? So
a lot of these templates are within the Literacy Access website. Educators can make them too. I mean, think of how simple a template like this is. You know, just making it in Word is fine. And then depending on the students and what types of images or photographs, some students will need photographs. Some students might need objects. So it's a possibility there may be true miniature objects like the frogs that go into a graphic organizer like this. So it just kind of depends on the individual student, but the images are often available online. People can find images that can go with a lot of their books, and some books do have them that come with as well.
Great. This looks like a really fun lesson.
Yeah, it is fun.
Thanks you for sharing.
Thanks for taking a look at all these great materials.
Yeah.